November.
Really?
Yeah,
I
November.
wonder it sounds so cohesive. You took your time.
Yeah, I took a long time. I took a long time on the next one too.
Yeah.
I'm about to say because you have a new one coming out February 21st,
Yes.
right? So I mean, let's just starting back at Dark Matter, and then even with this one, what's your process? We're talking about. I mean, we're in a time period where all media talks about how quickly they made something.
That's true.
Like they'll be like, "Yo, I made this album in 4 hours." Tyler Perry's like, "I made this movie in 4 days."
Yeah.
Like everybody says,
Some
like,
people can do stuff like that.
Some
but
people
that's
can.
not me.
So,
I feel you.
what's your I guess your thought process, and then your process when you go through and you start to create an album.
So for Dark Matter, I kind of like made all these songs. I didn't make them in any order. I kind of just every time I got inspired to make something, I like made a bunch of songs and like there was like I think there was like 15 at first, and I went through and I listened to all those songs every single day, and literally when I say every single day, I listened to all of them like twice every day. At one point, I gave 15 songs to this rapper here named Gilla. I gave it to him, and I was like, hey, listen to this and tell me what you think. And he gave me like really detailed feedback on all 15 songs and what I should keep and what I should take out. And then I just posted on Twitter. I was like, hey, who wants to hear this project? Come over and give me some feedback. And like 2 people came over and they listened to it. People that I didn't know, like just came over and listened to it, and they gave me feedback on it. And I was like, all right. And then I cut off like 5 songs, and then I listened to that as a project and put them in order. I listened to that as a project for probably like a month and a half every day. And then when I was ready, I was like, all right, this is it.
That makes sense, though. Like, you got to keep doing that because when people do stuff fast, you can hear it. But when you listen to it over and over and over and over and over again, I mean, you can learn a lot about placement and everything. And that's what makes – I mean, it makes sense. You Kanye'd it. You did a little focus group. You Kanye'd it.
You did a focus
Yeah.
group. Yeah, take your time on it.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the actually, I mean, looking back at Dark Matter, what was kind of the response when you first released it?
I released that January 18th at midnight, January 18th, right? And at 12:01, my phone did not stop going off, and it was very odd to me because before that, no one was like people were listening to my music because I had stuff on SoundCloud, but it wasn't like that. It was like my social media was going crazy. People were like reposting it all day. My phone didn't. I had the release party that night, and my phone did not stop going off that whole day. And then we went to the release party, and there was a bunch of people there. I was very confused by that, but it was really cool. People really liked it. People were still listening to it, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's not. I like that album because it did like a whole lot for me, but it's not I don't know. It's not up to my standards at this point anymore.
Okay, okay.
It's not,
so now with it,
at the time, I was like, "This is awesome," and now I'm like, "This is good," but nah, this ain't it.
There we go.
Okay, so what's like your biggest critique of the album? Like when you go back, we've had a lot of guests come on, like especially in different media and arts, like videographers and stuff. We got a friend that's a videographer, and we showed like a reel of his. And then he spent like an hour after the show, like picking apart every little thing. Like he's like, I don't like that and that and that. And now I know how to do this. And if I had known how to do that, I would have done that on the first time. We were like, okay, we liked it. But
that's how it is. We're biggest critiques that stuff.
Yeah, so you'll see like, actors and stuff like that. They're like, I can't watch my movies. Like I can't do it. Like I'll be looking at myself.
Your favorite
like,
movie?
It's trash.
Yeah,
so everything's bad. So I mean, what is it about like listening to your work where you're like,
mixing. First of all, I wish the mixing was better. I didn't know the stuff that I know now about being able to mix better because I mixed that.
I knew.
Yeah.
So what would you do different?
Do it better. Like I didn't know. Like I didn't.
I know that's funny.
Yes.
On the way up here.
On the way up here, I was like, I love this.
Yeah.
Okay. The 2 intro songs, right? I love them. They're like my favorite songs. And when they come in, there's a part where I'm like, I want this to come in so hard. Like, okay. So I was like, man, I said, Don, I said, I just want him to remix it. I want him to remix this whole album. I'm like, I love this album. Yeah. I really do love this album. And that's why I was like, I said, I'm not going to tell him because that just
you
feels
tell
like
me.
I mean, you brought it up.
I said, it feels like such a weird critique. Like, hey, man, I really love what you cooked, but
do it again. No, but for real,
put some cheese on it.
I didn't mix it very well, so like it's not. It never was the peak of what it could have been
I understand.
because it didn't sound as good as it could have sounded. I'm happy with it, but not as happy as I could be.
That's
with
true.
that project.
So what's the difference now going into this new project that's gonna? What's the name of the new project?
It's called Me.
Okay, so what's the difference between Dark Matter and Me?
Dark Matter is kind of a combination of a bunch of sounds that I wanted to do to show people what I could do, and Me is me like letting people know who I am actually, like as a person. It goes into my issues and like things that I love. Some love songs on there. Like it's really personal. It's a really personal album. That's why it's called Me.
So who is Dende?
I'm a guy that likes anime. I have sometimes low self-esteem. I'm really just goofy, like all the time. I don't like being serious.
Are you surprised by? Well, I feel like I know the answer to this, so I'm just going to say it's interesting seeing your surprise to people liking your stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, no, when we were standing up there and I'm, talking to him about, hey, you want to come on the podcast, things like that, and people are lining up for autographs and people are obviously trying to get your attention, it's kind of like, you're like, oh, what's going on? And you're like, what is going on here? He was like wrapping up, he was cleaning up, like wrapping up chords, setting up like a regular, like this is what I do after the show. I break down the stage. I make sure all the stuff is done because we're about to get up out of here. And I was like, I'm over here like, hey, man, your fans, they like ready.
I wasn't trying to leave. I was trying to get that stuff out of there.
I feel that. Need my equipment.
Check. I need all my equipment.
I need
to make sure everything's good.
But for sure, it's I don't know, because I've had like really bad like self-esteem issues ever since I was like a child, and I don't know. I'm not used to people like being interested in what not only what I make but what I have to say. So like it's kind of a weird shock to.
What brought you in? And I guess that's interesting where it's like, and you'll see this with a lot of artists, like they'll have the, I guess, a wall or say, I have the self-esteem issues. What leads you to something that's going to put you on the forefront where that could affect your self-esteem,
Yeah. I mean, it's not really caused by external stimuli. Like if somebody says something negatively about me, it's not really gonna hurt me. It's usually stuff that's in my head. So like that self-esteem issue isn't caused by a situation. It's just caused by me. Like it's my problem. So like the internet is the internet. So people are saying crazy stuff. They've been saying crazy stuff since the internet was invented. I'm not really worried about that. I say crazy stuff on the internet. Like it's just like it's something I have to get over in my head. I feel like no, I wouldn't.
You're like one of those people that's like, you can't say anything bad about me because you couldn't imagine what I can say about myself. Like,
and I don't get embarrassed about anything. So
that's a great skill to have. When you're not embarrassed, you're fearless.
I'll out myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't really care. I say crazy stuff on Twitter all the time, but I'll be serious.
Yeah.
And they think I'm joking. I'll be dead serious.
What's the craziest thing you said on Twitter that you were serious about that people thought you were joking?
Oh man.
You don't have to be the craziest. Just name anything.
Okay. Like it was like yesterday. I tweeted, my girlfriend's name is Kiara. I was like, y'all think that if I ask nicely, Kiara will suffocate me with her booty cheeks? And like everybody was like laughing at it. I was like, that's serious.
That's a serious tweet. That's a serious question.
It's dead serious. This is a serious tweet, guys. This is not a joke.
Did you find out the answer?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
You found out the answer.
I found out the answer. I don't want to say what the answer was, but
I think we know what the answer is.
I don't want to say the answer is the answer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I found out the answer.
Found out the answer.
Let's do a. I was just about to say let's do a musical break like we're like a 1960s performance show, but let's play some running.
Hello.
And running has like a nice little storyline and
That was like behind my apartment complex.
Really?
Yeah, it's like we had to jump a gate, but it's right behind my apartment complex.
That's what's awesome about living in Houston. There's so many places that look like this just right behind your spot. And if you just take a tight camera shot, it looks like you just out. But on the other side of that, that's probably a Starbucks.
It's like there is a forest behind every Starbucks in Houston. Like you're like, what is this? Could be seeing people filming. What was your thought behind filming this video?
Basically that how you've watched it, like that dude is supposed to be me. I'm like running away from myself. That's the whole song is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it look cool though, and I feel like I kind of made it look cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole like concept of the song is me running from myself, and so I wanted the video to be that too. It's literally just me running from myself, and that dude, that's me. It's like trying to kill off that like bummy, like you're not really good enough version of me, because I'm like tattered and
Yeah.
Speaks to your aforementioned self-esteem. Yeah.
I mean, but it like through this video, it seems like that I feel like some people still think like that the tattered version of me is like the good
good one,
but it's not.
Yeah,
like, it's bummy and like doesn't really.
I read the YouTube comments.
That's funny because that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought and then you get to the end of the video and you're like, oh, but I was like, I thought the whole time because you kind of empathize with the tattered version because you empathize with anybody that's being chased by somebody.
He's the victim.
You're like, oh no, that's the good guy. And this one, it's like, no, Michael Myers.
He's the
good
He knows
guy.
what he's doing, right?
What if they made a Michael Myers movie? You get to the end and they're like, oh, it turns out he was the good guy.
Turns out that lady was racist.
He takes off his mask and you're like, she's the next Hitler.
Yeah.
I've been trying to stop her for 8 movies.
We just
You
found
go in her
out.
basement and she has pictures of Hitler all over. Never mind. Sorry, Jamie.
But that's his video though. That's the way he think.
So
Yeah.
So that was you killing off the bummy, tattered,
Like
low self-esteem version of yourself.
trying to at least.
Trying to at least.
You
Okay.
haven't killed him?
Sometimes it's there.
Sometimes.
Sometimes I get lazy. I get like complacent.
Yeah.
No, that's just a regular thing.
That's just a natural feeling to have.
I live in a lazy place in life. So
I want to.
that's the goal.
Yeah.
Isn't that the goal?
That's
in
not
life?
my goal.
To be that's
That's
not
not your
your
goal?
What's your goal?
I don't know. I like being busy.
Yeah.
I don't like being busy working for other people, but I like being busy, like doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we're thinking lazy and like if we were able to do this full time.
Oh my goodness.
sure.
Do this.
I would feel
make
like-
internet videos and stuff.
But
That's
I
not
would
lazy
feel-
and complacent because you're
But
still
no.
doing
But see, that's the thing. I would feel like
Doesn't
that's
feel like
lazy and
work.
complacent
yeah.
because
Okay.
I feel like work.
Mm.
If
we got paid
when
to
you're
do
working
this,
for
yeah.
somebody else, I'm like, oh, I feel so lazy. It's like
Yeah.
really, I'm like, I just don't want to do.
I don't want to do this for you.
I don't want to do anything for you. I like waking. I don't mind waking up early. Like when we have to record somebody early, it's great. Like I'm like, oh, I get up.
It's
in the
fine.
night. Man.
Plus doing the research, every time I'm sitting there doing the research, if I was getting money for, it's literally like writing a book report. If I was getting money to like look at all your videos and scour the internet to find stuff about you, I don't mind that at all. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
But doing
So
like work,
not being lazy, I mean,
for
sure. Yeah.
But doing work, I'm sure you have a job that you don't want to do.
I had 2 jobs. No, I kind of like both of them, but I
Really?
don't like working though.
There you go. See,
I like the jobs, but I don't like doing them.
yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Having that alarm clock go off and
Yeah.
you have to be there at this time.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's the worst.
I want to wake up like
11.
No,
11 is the perfect time.
no, I want to wake up like I feel like Mark Zuckerberg wakes up like he's got like a special alarm clock where it's like the blinds open and
Yeah.
the sun shines in and I don't know, somebody comes in with a muffin. I don't know. Whatever it is.
A
like,
muffin.
I
10
feel
a.m.
like
sharp every day.
he hasn't woken up like, and then, when you get to that kind of level, it's like you can't be late anymore.
That's a weird guy. Though.
Like you're late in it. Oh, he's
He
super
is a weird. I think he brought him up.
but the thing about that though is when you get to that level, I feel like those guys are super weird because they've been living that life.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh yeah, that's just y'all weird.
I mean, I think it's that freedom of being so rich to be able to wake up on your own accord. Like to have that feeling, like that summertime feeling, that weekend feeling every day, like on a random Tuesday, to wake up and not hear like
Yes, it is.
ever again, ever. And you just wake up and you be like, man, like, and you can get your muffin. Like they gotta wait on you.
I just
Yeah.
want to be like Oprah, or like Mariah Carey rich. I said that like that's small, but you know what I mean. Only because they say like crazy stuff. Like Oprah will be like, "Oh, I can't remember the last time I went to a grocery store."
Man, when she said,
Yeah, what? What?
Yeah.
She said they didn't go to banks.
She
Like,
said
what?
that,
yeah, when
she's
she said,
like,
I just
what?
went to the bank to deposit. Number one, she said, I went to the bank. I haven't been there in a billion years. And then she goes, yeah, I went to deposit $1 million. $1 million?
I don't even know how to.
That's
do
not
that.
even regular. Like,
Could
your
just-
regular thing's not regular.
Could have just gave that to everybody in the bank.
She
She
could
could have.
Very well could
easily-
have.
She
She
could have.
easily could have.
She
Like
coulda.
I said, Oprah can do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Like she could just be like,
That's the level of money you want.
That's the level of freedom I want.
I
I
feel
don't necessarily
that.
want the money's great. At a certain point, once you get, I don't know what level of money it is, but at a certain point,
$40 million.
does it matter?
How
Well,
much
we were
more
talk-
money you have?
After
'Cause we were talking
$40 million,
We were talking about
You're good.
your boy Amazon Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
They was like, oh, he got a divorce and half his. I was like, look, it's like, oh, somebody took half my money. I was like, look, I don't know.